response. What do we do here? And we're looking for the Hanabi. Oh, baby, baby, baby. CC immunity.
I mean, it showed up in MWI. It worked out. And in this game, I think they're banking on SuperMarco not getting touched at all. And even if he does, it's just going to be the Cho. So this will be a good front to back for Falcons. And it's up to Vitality to break that.
A lot is on the line here. And Falcons definitely looking for a mid to late game spike. Maybe they get an early game advantage. Vitality, on the other hand, just needs to find those pickoffs like they did in the previous game they won.
Well, it's up to Team Falcons to close it out and move the Philippines into the semifinals of MSC. And it's up to Vitality to push us to one more game. We're going in for game 4 this time. It's Gideon and Brigitte.
Game 4 begins, and we already know this is match points for Team Falcons. They are one step away from actually getting more club championship points, but more importantly, deeper within the tournaments here in the MLBB category. Moreno, I'm surprised that he's got a sprint rig. I'm just as shocked as you are.
It was the first thing I had to point my finger at looking at our monitors here, Gideon, because what do you mean? It's the first time you're seeing a different battle spell from Vitality, and it's not a Purify.
Yeah, I mean, Moreno, I don't know whether this is going to be the play or not, but without a flicker, and he still has to pull yourself together as well. So does that mean, what is this opting for? Like, Kyle now has a direct target on Moreno's head as soon as that ball lightning comes out of him.
Yeah, well, there is such a huge job for Moreno to accomplish in this game, at least. You know he is going to be the main source of burst damage. There has to be a way for them to get those shields out for SuperMarco, but First Blood immediately... What? They just found open over there.
Hey, you can't deny the amount of early game damage that this team has, especially at level 2, right? We've seen a lot of Hirara players kind of set up with their mid duo to kind of look for a fight, freeze out the lane, even if it's in a neutral state, and then go for an early first blood. Okay. Luckily, at least, you know, Owen, he didn't end up losing out on his flicker, and Finn, he manages to get out of there, doesn't lose his flicker as well.
I guess a lot of people are happy with what they're seeing right now. We're finally getting Nile on an assassin. And there is much more action happening across the map, because I feel like when they were on the Paquito the last 2 games, there's just so much pressure over to Emad, which I feel like now is a bit more alleviated considering the fact that their damage is a bit more spread out. There's also Moreno too on the sprint, who we're yet to see in action. But we're looking forward to that since Vitality at least have a better grasp of the early game this time alongside this Cho too.
Yeah, now Falcons were looking for a couple of conditions in the drafting phase. One, somebody that doesn't really quote-unquote disrupt this Farsa as often, and also making sure that you're protecting your gold lane in a winning matchup. And I think SuperMarco on this Hanabi, as long as the wave's in the right position, you know, can get some free harassment. His first turtle should go over to Vitality's side, but you can see they're just trying to bait him into something, right? Come on, get into these fights before you're level 4 is the only time we can actually punish you.
Ooh, there was an SOD towards the purple. I thought that were actually going to steal away, but okay. Kyle will still secure nonetheless. That was already Moreno trying to burst down Flap too. Not much in terms of team fights just yet happening across the map at least. Oh, Purify forced out for Flap though.
Yeah, SuperMarco also losing his Aegis as well. There could be a potential gank angle for Finn if he wants to flicker on top of SuperMarco. He's very vulnerable right now, and I think there needs to be some kind of communication. But they've missed their opportunity here. You can see that Finn alongside with Moreno trying to control this top side, keeping track of where Kyle is going to be.
Yeah, they can't afford to let Kyle find the pickoffs that will set the pace once again for Team Falcons. Not now that they've finally gotten it for themselves. Shogun's been somewhat taking care of the XP lane surprisingly well though, even despite the matchup considering to be a Barrett's Uranus.
That's why we're seeing a lot of these motions from Vitality going towards the top side of the map. They don't want Flap to have that moment. Oh, the kick!
Oh, Radu Dryad connected perfectly. Kyle with a thumb throw, but it's Moreno who finds him first. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far. Jungle for Rome.
That's really interesting. I thought that Haji would just instantly spam the feather. Wait, hold on!
They find Haji. Fortunately, had the Purify to get out of there. But still, that was a... Yeah, you were saying it was a roam for jungle, and
I would have imagined that Haji would have gotten at least Finn's flicker or something, but I think he's purposefully delaying the shots from the feathered airstrike just to make sure he gets maximum value out of it. Like, so what if Finn survives, right? If he doesn't have flicker, he's just as good as useless. That means this next feathered airstrike is going to be less contested for the upcoming fights. And now, with the next turtle in 5 more seconds, plenty of battle spells on their hands. Shogun doesn't have his Detna's welcome just yet, but they're going to fight as soon as it's online.
Which is great, which is great. That just shows how Vitality are now very calculated in terms of their usage of skills and resources. That's a Sky Piercer pickup already for Nile, so things should be a lot more better for Vitality if they find and hand over the kills to him this time. But Ogwen still has the Wrath of Dryad. Flap zoning out to Kyle. Really secures the objective, but the Way of the Dragon is going to land onto Haji. That's a Piercer stack for Nile.
Wow, Vitality say you get to have the turtle for free. We're not going to contest it, of course, but we want to go for Haji knowing that his battle spell is down, and now they catch Ogwen.
Ogwen again as the Belleric, the stun!
Oh!
It's a 2-man stun. Now connects to Flap as well. Kyle goes flying in. He finds him and cuts down onto Moreno too. Those are 2 crucial members that Falcons get, however.
Yeah, and the fans are going back and forth. Nobody is happy with the trades, but Falcon win out big time on the trades because we also get SuperMarco breaking this tier 1 at the same time. The SOD connects, all the Guambo combos are there, and even Iman getting into this fight ended up getting him killed. This is the worst possible scenario when you want your insurance to grow. It's really sad if you got to pull it out early.
And all the while, SuperMarco has just been farming. He's just been pushing the waves. He's been staying here down bottom, but it's not like there's much attention put towards the bottom lane by Vitality either, because we were already talking about how their rotations were mainly focused towards the EXP lane. At least Shogun is having a better time, but we're slowly transitioning to the part of the game where SuperMarco might be a lot bigger of a problem than you think of him to be.
Oh yeah, he's already quite a big problem. Dom Ice finally completed by Finn to try and reduce the healing overall from the side of Falcons, but man, until SuperMarco gets his 3 items, he's still just going to be only a decent amount of damage only in team fights, right? In the 1v1s, unless you've got a target to bounce to his auto attacks, you're really not getting the full effect of the Hanabi.
Okay. It's at least Sky Pierce again for Moreno, still having those stacks. Dominus Ice already picked up for Finn as well. Vitality looking good so far, at least in the beginning and the start of this game. But Falcons, the way that they've been able to find these angles, I think it's starting to become really tricky for Vitality, especially with Eman choosing to join the fights but not really getting the maximum advantage out of it just yet.
And look at this spread here. They fight into this tri-brush, right? Where's the kick? Nope, they're not going to do it just yet. They're holding it. They're really tunnel visioning on that one priority target. This is allowing people like SuperMarco to show up. He's not supposed to be a split pusher. In these cases, he's supposed to be a team fighter, and yet here he is.
Yeah, I think Eman and SuperMarco at this point have just swapped roles.
Run!
Ooh, SuperMarco running away. AG's already used. The burst from Nile is going to be enough though, but can they find the trade on Nile? The answer is no. Eman going in. Ogwen and Shogun not landing the Daytona's welcome, so Haji still gets to pick off Eman.
That was such a weird sequence of events. Haji, again, a little bit slow on the reaction time here. He was waiting for the invulnerability, but I think he was anticipating it for too long. He should have just let it rip to force Nile to use the abilities. It's 3 shots to 2 abilities, and you can keep track of how many times he has that invulnerability if you see the little swords underneath the health bar. It's tough to keep up with. I know, a lot of people have been struggling with this new hero.
I am one.
I struggle too. Sometimes I forget using Hirara that I have combo abilities.
Mechanically and understanding, anticipating all these combos and the abilities that can come out of this hero. But Falcons, at least for now, again, they're able to somewhat be not as pressured. They're not forced, or they're not reacting to what Vitality want to get out of them, especially when it's in terms of forcing out really important utilities. And even now, you see the pressure is just constantly towards the bottom side of the map. Kyle flying in, tries to find Moreno.
Wow!
That's a sprint used right there. Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, hey, he survived, right? If sprint makes me live with 1 HP,
okay.
I'll take it any day. But I don't think he's going to get away with this for very long. And honestly, getting pretty lucky there with Finn able to... Oh, hold on.
Okay, Finn, no, No, he can't. He can't. Moreno was also just zoned out by the fettered airstrike alone.
I've never seen so many people just anticipating this Predator strike come out from Haji. Everyone's just looking at the tablet, just hoping maybe they do something now. And I think that's the big issue, right? Whoever makes that first move is going to get punished. And if Finn doesn't catch that feather airstrike at the right time, he's got a lot more that he has to do. He's got to figure out a way to kick Kyle in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, it's just tough. Like, Vitality, at this point, you really want to see them get to coordinate and layer down their skills well enough. But who should be the heroes to do that first? Who could you expect to primarily be the ones trying to set up and really layer down their skills together? Because at this point, Finn, Eman probably not. Moreno, there is a bit of a lack of damage if they really want to go for the front lines too. I mean, just now they also use the Thunder's Wrath, but it's not enough to really take down Flap on the Uranus.
Yep, it's really just a stat check, right? And Flap, he doesn't mind. This is why it's so annoying to deal with. Oh, hold on.
Okay, now they're going to try and burst him down. Flap still has the Purify, though. He's not using it at all.
Doesn't need to.
They're not reacting to what's happening, to what Vitality's doing against them. Okay, now we see Eman joining in. SuperMarco 2 nearby and within range, but the Wrath of Dryad is just going to allow Falcons to flawlessly take this objective for themselves. SuperMarco with a free hits, Kyle with a gut thrown, already on a killing spree, and Shogun falls down next. 3 members out for Vitality.
Beautifully played by the Falcons. They understood neutral control is so easy for them when Owen just has to stand and press one button. That's literally, he just stood there like a tree. It's like, nah, you ain't walking out of here. The Wrath of Dryads is just a little too good. Unfortunately, it was on Vitality to force a play out to get the timing right. And as much as Niall can try to use his iframes, closing the distance is half the problem. And Ogwin has way too wide of an AoE to completely ignore. So let's look at this replay one more time, right? Just keep your eyes on Ogwin. He purposely takes one step over the neutral line to drop it down, to give them no opportunity. Even Shogun with the anti-CC wasn't able to catch Kyle mid-cable.
This is so perfect. He barely had to go in for a surprise Wrath of Dryad. It was just really a perfectly timed Wrath of Dryad alone. There wasn't no flicker sacrifice. They also weren't poked down low enough because I don't think Vitality could really afford to. They barely have heroes who could poke. You try to close in, and that's about it. You pretty much expose yourself to Falcons already, and now they're knocking on the base turrets. Fortunately, Vitality are able to deal with it for now, but they already got all their energy shields, their holy shields out, and they still have waves incoming. 2 conceals already dropped down. Ogwen still not using the Wrath of Dryad. Finn trying to look for an angle. Daytona's Welcome finally committed onto Flap, but again, he's still not using the Purify.
I'm telling you, he's gonna hold it until, Kingdom Come. By the time the Rapture comes, he'll be like, yes, Lord, I have the Purify. I've been holding it this whole time. Oh my goodness. He's not dead, and that's the important thing. He's 1-0-3, so really no use for it at this stage of the game.
Oh no.
The biggest problem right now is who the heck can deal with SuperMarco?
Oh, that's a problem. That's the biggest problem. A Wrath of Dryad Flicker combo under the turret of Vitality, enough to take down Niall. Falcons don't seem like they're doing much just to take what they want.
Well, you see what I mean? Literally, there's nothing they can do. As long as SuperMarco has that Aegis, he's walking around as if he's got Purify, and Vitality recognize that. They can't suppress him. They can't lock him down to the point at that stage. They need Moreno to close the distance, but he has the sprint, so he can't.
Oh, Shogun. Not even Shogun can handle this Hanabi anymore. Okay, Ogwen will fall though. Lightning Truncheon pickup from Haji, and they will settle with just 2 base turrets taken down.
At this stage, Vitality, they just have to play to scale until we see Iman actually, I think that's his 4th item at this stage, so he should be in pretty good strength. Trinity already complete, I would assume, as well, if he's getting Malefic done, but right now, the odds are not looking good, and somebody needs to clean that long lane.
Yes, someone has to deal with it, but Vitality, they're all here. They want to contest. Eman's the one trying to at least poke down the Lord for now. They're trying to hunt down Kyle, but Flap is onto Shogun! Oh, Niall falling does not look good for Vitality, and it's just Kyle flying in! He finds a double, can be a triple if they find Eman. Here's Spear of Misery to save him for just a bit, but it's just Eman, Gideon!
Yeah. SuperMarco and Haji literally walked up and said, nah, it's good, it's cool, dude. It's like, what can you do? Like, Iman's gonna try and walk up, can't do much, feather air strike.
He can't even do the defense of his life. Not against Team Falcons. Not in this scenario. Team Falcons, after losing the first game, will now make it to the next stage here in the knockout stage.
Oh, an unfortunate loss for Team Vitality, but a major win for Falcons. What a game that was. The most eccentric members obviously happy with their performance, but you can tell some people were stressed, and Marco finally, a sigh of relief. Oh my God, I don't have to deal with E-Man any longer.
Winning your quarterfinals last game on a Hanabi.
Woo! Hey, it set the precedent here for what MSC and future MSCs. I don't think people are going to forget this one.
Nope.
Now we lose another representative coming in from Indonesia. But this game was beautiful to watch. Every moment calculated, every second timed to the millisecond.
Even the adjustments in the draft, the choices that they repeatedly made, but failed to actually make work. There were so many decisions and risks that were taken in this series, but it all boils down to this. Falcons are still the ones who had the better adjustment. It's true. I think the rumors are true. You don't want to go up against Falcons a second time around in a single tournament. They will just not allow the same result to happen twice.
No, they won't. And I love the fact that they've opened up the mid lane back up to that Varsa. We're going to be throwing it up to our stage with our winners, with Rose, and of course the man himself. Give it up, everybody, for Team Falcons. Flap!
Team Falcon Philippines does it with a 3-1 win, eliminating Team Vitality from MSC at EWC 2026. And up on stage, we have Flap, the one and only Flap. You guys got a revenge win. You guys are the hope bringer of the Filipinos, the last hope. And of course, you guys denied a potential Indo Grand Finals. How are you feeling after today's win?
I feel good, but I don't have to be complacent because there's still a match tomorrow.
Very good. Never be complacent. Otherwise, mistakes will probably happen on the international stages. Now, Flap, let's talk about what you guys did in the 2 days break that we had. Because the Team Falcons prior to this, 2 days before, is very different from the Team Falcons that we are witnessing today. What happened? What changed? Tell us about it.
We planned really hard, and at the same time, our mindset is like we're like underdogs, so we don't get pressured and we just play our game.
No pressure, the underdog's mindset. So you said that you guys actually planned really hard, and today we could see a lot of interesting picks coming out from you guys, a lot of interesting play style. So what does that say about Team Falcons Philippine in the meta? Do you think you guys are actually starting to adapt to it?
Yeah, I think we're good at adapting, especially on tournaments like this, because we really need this.
But you know what? You mentioned that you guys are really good at adapting in tournaments. I got a question. Why does it seem that you guys are always so much stronger when you guys are like, you know, backs against the wall, when it's like the last life? How do you guys get so buffed?
I think it's because of the pressure. We love being pressured. Like, we take it in a good way.
I see. Okay, I think Team Falcons Flap, for example, works really, really great under pressure. Now, my next question is, you guys will be actually facing Yangon Galacticus in the semi-finals match. But get this, Flap. Ying said he actually expected to meet Team Vitality in the semi-finals. But he also mentioned that, you know, you guys are a good opponent as well. Is there anything you want to mention to Ying? Because, you know, his Team Vitality and Yangon is not happening.
Yeah, I get his mindset because in the last few days, we weren't really playing well. So I think I expected it that people think Vitality is gonna win. But here we are.
Wow! Is there anything interesting that we might be witnessing in that matchup against Yangon Galacticas in the semifinals? Is there anything interesting that we could probably expect from that matchup?
I think it's just normal, yeah.
Normal. He's being humble. He's listening to the fans here in the arena. Flap, last question. As the last hope, as the hope bringer of the Filipinos, is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Thank you for supporting us, guys. We're still alive.
The dream is still alive. And now it is time to crush some dreams. Boys, come on over. Who wants to crush the key of Team Vitality? Sinong gustong mag-crush ng susi? Kyle, all right, let's go to the back. Follow me. Kyle TZ has volunteered himself. He is ready. All right, boys, you may proceed. And of course, Kyle, you may go to the key crusher. All you have to do is push, Kyle. Oh, he is ready and he is in for it. Go on, push. There you guys have it. Team Falcons Philippines officially eliminates Team Vitality in the MSC at EWC 2026. The hope bringer of the Filipinos, congratulations. Let us show it back to the desk.
Wow, crying. And mentioned there as you see the key crush, the hope of Indonesia no longer, as they will be sent home, and the hope bringer of the Philippines bringing just that. Kyle letting them know where they stand in his book. That was a statement. And Team Falcons are alive, and more importantly, they're alive for a chance to win a tournament and have a chance for a club championship as well. Huge storyline there, huge regional storyline, huge individual player storyline with Kyle and Niall, who Kyle gets the better end of.